din naman ni Chairman Dan Fernandez na there could be a direct link, no, nitong mga pogong ito doon sa mga sindikato ng drugs. It seems that the drug lords or the drug syndicate, no, launders their money through these pogos. Bakit natin nasabi yun? Kasi merong mga corporations that are registered where the incorporators of these corporations are the same incorporators of the owner of a warehouse na merong nakitang drugs. Meaning, yung Empire 999 na nagmamay-ari ng droga doon sa Mexico, Pampanga, eh may mga kasosyo sa mga korporasyon na kung saan ay parehas sila ng mga incorporators. So yung interlocking incorporators is our link na maaaring involve ang mga pogong ito direkta kay Michael Yang through his brother na nagre-remit yata ng pera dun sa pogo sa Banbantang lang. Ako personally, I strongly believe that there's a criminal organization operating in the country. So, which involves illegal pogos, scam hubs, drug syndicates, EJKs, and all this. Magkakasama po yan. Dagdagan ko lang kasi na-establish na to eh. Yung 29 billion na pondo na umikot sa account ni Alisco, sa 36 accounts niya, isa sa mga pinasukan ng pera ni Alisco ay si Ho Jiangyang. 3.3 billion ang umikot na account between the brother of Michael Yang and Alisco. Establish siya ng ABLAC at merong nakapile na case sa Court of Appeals. I forgot the GR number, but we have seen there yung pera na umikot ni Alisco at ni Hong Jiangyang.
Good afternoon. Sir, this question is addressed to PAOK. Yes, sir, kanina nabanggit nyo na parang may ibang dynamics yung pagtrato sa pogo worker na mga Pinoy tsaka pogo worker na Chinese. Ngayon, sir, masasabi ba natin na though hindi sila nakaranas ng torture, eh may ibang pagmamaltrato?
Hello. Almost, pwede natin sabihin almost 98% ng mga na-torture mga Chinese din. But there were incidents. Yung 10%, yung mga Pilipino na ang trabaho is security, maintenance, housekeeping. Yun lang ang pinakatrabaho nila. Pero as far as the scamming activities concerned, laging foreign national ang ginagamit nila and mostly Chinese. Ang Pilipino na na-experience namin, sabihin natin 80% nagtatrabaho, yung loan scam. Ang loan scamming, nakuha namin sa Makati. 80% na nagtatrabaho ng Pilipino. Kaya yung mga natatanggap nyo before na mga text messages na minumura kayo ng salitang Tagalog o salitang Pilipino, mga Pilipino nag-ooperate. But as far as yung management, it's all Chinese. So, sa loan scam, Pilipino ang nagpapatakbo pagdating sa pag-scam. But yung management nila are all Chinese. Yun lang ang napansin namin. But yung klase ng mga pogo na ganito ang ginagawa, yung love scam, cryptocurrency scams, and all other scams, puro Chinese nationals and foreign nationals.
With the problems that has been presented as one of the vice chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, with the directive of the leadership, the funds of PAOK-PF will have to be augmented.
Yes, we are in the process of studying what provisions we can amend no, in the existing SIM card registration act. Kasi nakita natin na medyo maluwag pa rin yung pag-implement. No? Halimbawa, in this particular Pogo Hub, nakita po ang paok ng 50,000 pieces ng SIM card. No? So ang tanong natin sa mga telcos, hindi ba nakalagay sa batas na kapag ikaw ay bumili ng isang SIM card, registered kung sino yung may-ari. So in this case, dahil bulk yung pagbibenta, siguro yun ang dapat natin i-address. And probably we can look into the law and study it on which part of the law we should be strict about and amend it eventually.
Kung ganito kataas ang gastusin, alin ang tatanggalin mo para makapag-budget?
Okay, so meron kaming hearing sa Wednesday, yung continuation ng Pogo investigation. But a while ago, the speaker, merong sinasabi sa amin that we have to consolidate yung ating po mga committees that will handle the totality. No? Kasi there are those that not within the purview of my committee, like dangerous drugs, yung mga human rights violation, hindi ko handle yun eh. So I think the speaker I have something to say about this, speaker.
At tama-tama yung sinasabi ni Chairman Dan. We are now the process of we have understand that there's a resolution being prepared, so that at least 3 of the committees that are here and involved in the issues will be working closer together. For instance, the committee on dangerous drugs, led by Chairman Ace Barbers, the chairman of public order, Mr. Fernandez, and also the human rights. Ay nadididig na natin itong mga nangyayari dito, pag-aabuso sa mga workers dito. At meron pa din nadidinig natin na may mga EJK, di ba, na might have been one way or another directly or indirectly involved here. So we will work on having these 3 committees at the very least, although the chairs of the other committees here are working together to consolidate their efforts. Kaya maraming din bills dito sa Pogo, pero nakikita natin maraming interrelations na hindi kakayanan ng isang committee. Kasi maraming mga subjects eh. Ganun yung estilo natin sa Kongreso, the issue or subject matter, meron nakatungkol na isang committee. Pero kasi spill over eh. May mga interrelations and overlapping issues na siguro kailangan talaga magko-collaborate para mas magiging meaningful, mas comprehensive. At kaya po nandito tayo, itong sinasabi ng whole government approach, nagsalitaan natin presidente nung sa SONA, may ginaganap even bago mag-SONA, policy instructions na to look into, enforce the rules and regulations to actually, as what happened here several months ago, to shut down illegal operations. So nakikita natin lahat ito mga lumalabas sa pag-enforce ng batas na ginawa natin at yung mga nangyayari sa nakarang mga taon post-COVID, no? Kaya ito talaga proliferate during the previous administration. Dito tayo naka-crack down ngayon. So we have to work very seriously. Seryoso talaga ang administrasyon ni PBBM dito sa issue na to. Kaya nakita mo sa SONA, yun ang resolve. Ganon din sa Kongreso, yun ang commitment din natin. Hindi lang sa kanya pero sa kaumbayan. That we will follow through, we will be as comprehensive. Kaya nandito tayo lahat para hindi lang yung nakikita natin sa video, tayo mismo nakakita na talaga kung ano siguro nangyayari dito. Nagugulat na kami dito kasi iba talaga, very, very offensive yata yung mga nangyayari dito sa mga nakikita natin dito. Kung saan na lang yung mga nag-operate ng POGO, itong mga idea, dapat sana lang kung nag-focus lang sila sa tamang operations nila. Pero nakita natin may mga scam farms, meron bang mga love scam, meron mga human trafficking, may mga dito sa mga ibang mga kwarto dito, may mga prostitution or illegal pornography, marami mga masasama nangyayari. So, using what was originally a legitimate operation of a Philippine online gaming organization, ginawang front na lang. Kaya sabi ni President BBM, itong ginagamit mo lang to, titigilan natin ito para lahat yan ilalabas at yung mga illegal na mga activities talaga titigilan na talaga at yung mga talagang nasa likod doon talagang kaharap ang yung force of the law enforcement. Kaya these are the efforts we're doing. Kaya marami tayo dito na we are getting at kasi siya sa games yan sa permanent usage. We also have yung akop na marami siyang karanasan dito, working also with law enforcement and also rooting out bad elements even in that area. So, comprehensive approach natin and we're using also the good relationships and goodwill of our LGUs to support us dito kasi pag ganitong coordination with LGUs, with Congress, with all the departments and agencies, we are confident that we will be able to fulfill the mandate of the President. So, yun po.
Congressman Paduano?
Thank you, Speaker. Anyway, dun po sa public accounts, alam niya may strategy ng public accounts na itong nangyari yan. Now, with the directive to Speaker, we are now inventorying all the properties, no, which was purchased by Chinese national. Well, in fact, we are also in coordination with GOP, that was 2 months ago pa, with regards to all those properties, no. And as of now, we're making possible legal remedies in coordination with APLA, so that all those properties, kung pwede naman po, may balik sa gobyerno. And in relation to what Chairman Dan and Chairman Barbers have said, ito kasi interrelated eh. Public accounts, public order, and drugs din. Kasi, concern namin of course is all the transaction being made. No? Na ito ngayon, sabi nga ni Chairman Dan Barbers kanina, parang labahan to eh. No? And unfortunately, ang problema natin, some of the government officials and local governments, no, is involved in this particular activities, illegal activities. That's why, of course, with the directive to the Speaker, dahil interrelated lahat to, so kailangan talaga to, yung investigation, buuin na po, no, para mabuo na, para yung investigation sa committee goes ay Chairman Dan, Public Order, and kay Chairman Dan Barbers, mabuo na po namin. And that includes also yung Committee on Human Rights, the Chairman Abante.
Hello, sir. Na-establish nyo na po ba sa hearing ninyo kung sino yung link sa gobyerno kaya napunugan ng mga foreign nationals yung mga operation ng MAO, especially dun sa Bamban? Kung sino yung link? Na-establish na po ba yun sa House?
Oh, yes, oo. Yung link natin dun sa Banban, it turned out na there's somebody who called, no? Para malaman ng mga taga-Banban, nila Alice Go, supposedly 1,500 yung ma-apprehend dun eh. Pero it turned out, naging 300 na lang. Because may tumawag. Doon sa hearing namin, well, basically, yung lead doon, andun lang CIDG. Okay? Andun ang PAOK-TF na mag-conduct ng kanilang operation. And of course, ang PAOK-TF, under sa batas, meron siyang interagency para nabubuuin, para mag-conduct sila ng kanilang operation. Because PAOK-TF have only 42 personnel. So, hindi nila kaya yung ganun kalaking operasyon. So, they go ang kanilang operation, twice operation in February 1 and I think June 3, if I'm not mistaken, yung second operation, naging successful yung operation, pero hindi completely. Because yung na-apprehend nila, nabawasan because of that tip. No? So, alam mo, itong pinaglalaban ng ating Pangulo at the Speaker, napakalalim eh. We all believe here na hindi lamang yung mga criminal elements at mga drugs ang involved dito. There is a much higher objective on this purpose. At yung mga elemento ng droga, elemento ng pagbili ng mga properties, at yung mga uniform na nakikita dito sa PORA, and also yung mga Coast Guard na mayroong mga generals and volunteers, it all boils down to something. And yun ang i-establish namin sa susunod.
Nasa CIDG at link, sir.
Well, basically, we are gearing toward on finding out, no? Kasi after the complete and successful operation, they were relieved. All those officers and men na nagkaroon ng successful operation, they relieved twice. And that makes us wonder why. Kaya nga, ang sabi namin sa mga members, and report namin kay Speaker, medyo katuda-tuda. But of course, yung actual na tawag noong mga opisyal, doon kila Alice ko, hindi natin establish yun. Because we don't have the access for that communication. But nevertheless, somehow, yung mga action speaks louder.
Sino yung tumawag, sir? Sino yung tumawag?
Tumawag sa...
Kay Mayor Alice.
Yun, na hindi pa namin na-establish yung tawag ng mga nasa ating side ng government to those people. Hindi namin na-establish yun. But what we have established that after the successful operation, tinanggal yung lahat ng mga nagkaroon ng successful operation. Yung mga opisyal, si Colonel Alejandro, si Colonel Buyakaw, lahat sila natanggal. Nalipat sila ng mga ng kanila assignments.
Gaganda eh, no? At yun hong mga foreign workers makita sa isa hong rehiyon, sa isa hong bayan, parang disklaro ho. Ito ho bang sinabi ng Pangulo na total ban na, ito hong mga pogo, kailangan pang maidetalye natin kung ano ho yung mga dapat sundin ho ng mga local chief executive o yung mga LG.
Okay, klaro-klaro si Pangulo. Sabi na niya, ban na. Pero binibigyan niya si Chairman Altenco until the end of the year para ayusin mga nadi-displace, papa-wind down, at lahat ng mga kailangan gawin. At pakikigitan din natin si Chairman Altenco kung anong kailangan niya sa Kongreso kasi kami po ang handang-handa tumulong para itutupad niya yung utos ng Presidente. So that's the role that we are doing. And kaya nandito po tayo para makakontribute din tayo sa itong effort na to. So, ganun kasimple. Klaro-klaro ang orders ng ating Presidente at lahat ay sumusunod. And yung kumbaga na appointment, yung point man dito ay si Chairman Altenco. May mo, sa Kongreso kasi may mga pending bills tungkol dito sa pagka-closure, kausapin natin at pakikinggan din natin si Chairman Alteco. Pero ngayon din, kaya meron din kami mga personal knowledge dito sa ano nangyayari. May mga reports dito na nadidinig din natin. Pwede kami mag-coordinate sa kanya para itong efforts na ay magiging successful para yung utos ng Presidente susundan talaga natin. Dahil yung talagang pinaka-importante ay protektahan ang mga Pilipino, tulungan ang mga Pilipino lalo na na-displace, at yung mga hindi sumusunod sa batas, papurusahan talaga natin. Yun talaga ang mangyayari dito. So, thank you.
It is okay.
Dagdagan ko lang kasi kanina napag-usapan na ang Kongreso ay pinag-aaralan yung mag-create ng joint committee that will be composed of several committees, no? Joint committee hearing. So, itong mga committees ito, kasi napakalaki, we believe na merong criminal organization na kumikilos dito sa atin. That's why we felt that it is important for the House to create several committees, no, to conduct its investigation. Kasama rito yung Committee ng Public Accounts, Committee on Public Order, Committee on Human Rights, at saka Committee on Dangerous Drugs. Bakit? Kasi nga, yung criminal organization na napakalaki, involved po sa lahat ng sinasabi natin. And that's why we want to dig deeper and investigate.